Alright, what's up you guys? Jake State Farm here with Atomic Theory. Back at it on the live stream. Let's see if this one will work for us. We've just started this arena, and so far we're not looking too hot here. We've won one game, and it was a game that our opponent resigned against us immediately because he was evidently very concerned. Alright, here we go, up against Never of Zero. This is going to be awesome. Okay, what do I want to play against him? Let's play something fun. Let's go for Knight H3. This will be awesome. I love playing against Nas. He goes for Pawn H6 and for D5. Let's see if he goes E6 or E5 here. Both are fine options. Okay, neither one. He goes Knight A6 here, which I guess after D5 is okay because we won't have any like Queen H5, Queen B5 ideas. The question is, can I just play Knight C3 though? Which kind of feel like I can. So if I go Knight C3, I'm expecting Bishop G4, Pawn F3, Knight B4, Bishop G5, F6, Knight B5, Knight takes C2, Knight takes C7. And, I mean, okay. I think I'm doing okay there, but it's unclear. Let's go for Knight C3. Let's see if he goes Bishop G4. Yep. Aha, interesting. What's his big idea here? So we can take here now. If we go Knight B5, is he looking at Queen A5? That would be insane, because then I just have B4, right? After Queen A4, I can takes and takes, and I'm pretty happy with my position there. I guess after Knight B5, he's just going to go Knight B4, and it'll kind of transpose into that same line. Let's just play it slow. Let's just take it. So now we're opening up our king to castle. Okay. Now, I think I need to go probably either Knight A4, Knight B5. Let's go Knight A4. He wants to come on this diagonal, so Knight A4 helps prevent any ideas that he may have of entering onto this diagonal. He still may play E takes D4 because there still may be a threat of Bishop C5 takes and then Queen B6. So I still need to watch out for it, but this just helps stop it a little bit. Okay. Be honest, I didn't really see that move. You gotta be careful here now. Let's go Knight G5. So now this opens up our E2 square for the queen. But I guess we'll go Bishop G5 instead, probably. Yeah, this is tricky. I really don't want to allow him to capture, but I think I have to. I think I have to allow this capture. Because I will have Queen C1, Queen A3 there. Yeah, and I think he honestly probably sees that. He probably sees it and he doesn't want to allow Queen C1, Queen A3. But as the pieces start coming off the board, like after Rook H2 here, now this is a really scary threat because I'm just like losing in that endgame. So if takes Queen C1, he's going to play something like B5 maybe. And then we need to calculate that. I've also just got E65. Let's just go straight for this. Opening up Queen B3. He does have Queen A5 to threaten C3. But then I may have Queen C1 or Queen B1 to threaten G6. Tempted to take it slow, but I really can't. So yeah, let's go Queen B1. I may need to throw in something like D5 to stop Queen B5 here. And there's no queen a6, because then I'll take here. It's got to go g6 or something like that. Yeah, let's go d5. Trying to cut off his squares for his queen here. Okay. Guess we got a castle. This isn't over yet. He does have the material advantage, so if we get into an endgame where we are, yeah, we are not loving life. And it looks like he may do it here. Like, even after this, I would have to play c4. Okay, but then I'm threatening knight e6. So what does he have here? He's got to play queen b2. Yeah, I'm just kind of a second late with everything, unfortunately, I think. I had to play c4 to cut off that. Yeah, and I'm just... Yeah, that's a great move by my opponent. Just recognizing I don't have this in takes, because then this is just going to be mate rook d2, unfortunately. So now he'll play rook d2, and honestly after takes he can even move the other rook over, unfortunately for me. Yep, and this is technically a loss, I'd have to imagine. So say there's a chance. Oh wow. Okay. GG is my opponent. Well played, Nas. He is the GOAT, for sure. How do I get the... Before I was able to have the chat up here. Alright, there's nothing to lose. Let's see about that. Just give me 1 second here. Let's make a move here. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out this stream settings here. Oh, what in the world? JSF, sorry for bullying. You're good, bro. You're good. Okay. What in the world? Alright, I think I got it figured out now. Should be good. Let's berserk this guy. Let's get in a roll here. My goal with this arena is to try to win if I can, so that I can save a little bit of money. This money that I'm putting up, it is my money. And so, yeah, I'm trying to win if I possibly can, to just save me a little bit of money and save me 20 bucks if I can take down the dub. And so we will see how that goes. But yeah, that is the big plan for today. And if not, we're just gonna have a little bit of fun. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying this, if you want to see stuff like this in the future, please consider just supporting just by, you know, liking, following, sharing, whatever it is that you got to do. Yeah, I want to run these again in the future, and if I'm ever able to make money off of YouTube, which, being a small creator, I don't know if I will, but if I do get to that point, one of the things that I would love to do is to continue to run these events. I'd love to give back to the Atomic community. I think I've just had recently, Atomic's just been really fun to me lately, to be honest. Like, that's probably the biggest part about it. But I think I've also just kind of had like this, I don't know, like this just decision that I want to, make it this big thing. I want to get people interested in Atomic, and I don't really know why. I just think I've been having a lot of fun with it lately, and I think there's an opportunity. Like, obviously the Atomic community is pretty small, all things considered, like especially compared to other video games and of that nature and whatnot. But I think, one of the reasons why it's kind of intriguing to me, I guess, is because you don't always get the chance to be the best in the world at something, or like in my case, I'm not the best in the world, of course, but like one of the best players in the world. And yeah, like even though it's a small community, it still is like, okay, like yeah, this is something that not everyone gets the chance to say they can do. So let's make the most of it. But yeah. All right, going against Milky Way 12 here. Okay, let's go Bishop B7. Might go knight d5 here, and I've got to take with the bishop because if I take with pawn, there's queen h5, g6, and queen e5. No way to stop this. Okay, so the tempting move is knight f6 here, just a developing move, but then after f3, I'm not sure how I feel about that. There's also f5 first, but then he'll play bishop h3 or bishop d3 most likely. Then it's a question of, do I still want to play knight f6? Although I might have pawn f4 there. Yeah, I'm actually liking this idea of pawn f4. Okay, he doesn't go for my idea whatsoever. That is fine. I've got a bunch of good moves here. I could just still go f4, and after bishop takes a8, even like pawn f3 could be pretty strong. Just cutting off his queen there. There's also just d5 to cut off his bishop, or knight f6, which I think is what I'll go for. Basically forcing out either f3, g4, or e4. I mean, I guess he could still go bishop h3 here, but it's just kind of a strange order of operations, I guess, because he already played bishop g2, so it kind of feels like he's wasting a move, but maybe not. Okay, so like bishop d6, bishop takes, castles. Well, sorry, no, f3 first, my bad. Just trying to calculate this. There might be queen f6 there. Threatening to take. And if castles, it's just game over after bishop takes g3. Okay, let's go for this. I don't see a way to stop it. If he doesn't castle, I guess the only other option is maybe rook f1. I'm also threatening to come down here, which is kind of nice. I think I would be winning in that endgame, like especially after rook f1. Okay, this is a good move. I like this idea for my opponent. I want to go knight d5, but then there's just e4, so I think I've got to trade off here, sadly. And let's go g6. Then I want to go for c5, c4. Okay, but I can't. So let's just trade off again. Yeah, I was about to say maybe I should have started with d5. I gotta go d6 because otherwise I think he'll play d6. He may take here and then I'll have to play d5. It's kind of a weird looking idea, but if I don't push d6, yeah, he'll just play d6 and then you know, there's threats of queen d5 and stuff. Okay, let's get these pawns moving. Yeah, I'm not too happy about that one. e5's good for us though, just getting rid of any ideas of d takes. This kind of locks up his position a little bit. I'll definitely go bishop e7 here. And okay, this isn't great for me, especially if like maybe he castles or something. I think he eventually wants to get his queen on this diagonal maybe. So let's not let him do that. Which means I kind of want to honestly keep it a little open right now. There's no bishop takes right now because then I'd have queen e4, I believe. And you have to play like queen f3 and queen d or queen c2, I think would be strong. Okay, but now there's threats of that. So let's close that up. And again, after takes, I think I might be okay there. Yeah, but he's playing well. I want to get h5, h4 in. Okay, now there's no threats of this because he's just opened up this diagonal. Yeah. No way to stop this. g4, we just have takes. So he kind of had to play h4 to stop us from playing h4 because h4 was a pretty strong move for us, but maybe he could have just allowed it and played g4. It does allow my queen to sneak in this way. So really the whole idea was just I'm trying to get my queen in somehow. Oh boy, how did I miss this? What in the world? Here I am talking about how the game's over and I just missed the yes queen f1 here. I guess that's not normally a resource in these types of positions, so I just wasn't looking for that. But oh boy, we are in trouble now. I just stopped thinking about it. I was like, yeah, this has got to be winning, but apparently not. And now his pawns are running down, and this is so scary for us. Okay, I think we're actually going to lose this game now. It's pretty embarrassing. Oh. Wow. GG's my opponent. Yeah, that was a good game. Good game to him. That's frustrating though. That is embarrassing when you think you've got it all wrapped up and then just for that to happen there. But my favorite knight a3. GG, man. GG. Max is popping off here, man. Good for him, bro. Max has been a super... Hey, he even got a win against Nas. Would you look at that? Yeah, Max has been super active in the Atomic community lately, so respect to him for showing up and showing out here. Okay. Fought against this guy quite a few times before. I don't think he goes for this line. Oh no, what am I doing? I feel like he could have won there after bishop. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I think I got confused for a second and I thought he played before or something. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, that was just losing after bishop h6 takes queen d2, h6, and then he would have had queen a5. Like b6, queen d5, so yeah. I was just completely losing. Okay, I've actually studied this position before. I have to play pawn to b5. This is a transposition of if he had played, started with e4 and then played d4, we could get to this line. And if I go a6 or c6, the big idea is to go knight c4. So that's why you got to play b5. And there's no real threat of queen d2 because I've already played h6 here, so not too worried about that. Okay, and then I've done this before too. Yeah, I want to get my bishop out here. I think I'm going to do this. And then he wants to play f4 here, and I'll play f5. And that's a good move, a prophylactic move to get off this diagonal here. But in general, I feel as black pretty comfortable in this position because He's the one with the knight that's on the side of the board there that can't really do anything, and a lot of times that can end up getting used against him. Like if I had the chance to push c4 or something, then he basically has to trade this knight off for a pawn. And then if we get into an endgame, then it's obviously in my favor there because he's the one with the knight that's doing absolutely nothing. So, alright, let's think about this though. Yeah, he's got to do that. Okay. I don't think he could take there. I think it was losing, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Now it's definitely winning for us. Because we can just take this pawn here. Alright, here we go. Let's get back on a streak here. Alright. Berserk. We're white against the 2100. This guy is a super strong player, but let's still berserk him. This is a good sign for us. He's thinking on move 3. Wow, okay. I don't think this is the move. Trying to decide what to do here. Okay. It's not too clear because this knight b4. Maybe it's knight c3. But there's not a big edge there. I kind of want to go e3. But this knight b4 cuts off queen d5 in those lines. It's tricky. Let's go for it. Let's go e3. The other option was knight c3, I think, and then after knight b4, I could have played knight b5, and if takes and takes, then the material is equal, but okay, he's got to play b5, and then rook c1, rook c8, trade, and I don't know, maybe bishop d3 with a tempo, and then castles. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think knight c3 was the move, actually. I didn't want to just go out and play knight b5, because then after knight b4, it is pretty scary. He's starting to take here with the material advantage there. So, okay, but let's get back to the current position. I'm low on time already. So, knight b4 is the obvious threat here, and then we got to decide what we're gonna do. I'm thinking queen h5, g6, and then probably either knight f5 or knight b5. Yeah, let's start with queen h5. I think this has to be played. Then let's go knight b5. I think. And I'm honestly okay with, like, if he takes here, I'm honestly okay with that. This is good too, though. Maybe I just have bishop e2, though. Now he can't take my queen. That's a nice little find. Oh, well, I guess that works. That stops all my fun. Yeah, this is pretty bad for me, eh? I guess material will be equal, though. I had to make sure to play a3 because if I just go ahead and take, then he takes here and he'll be up the exchange, which is a pretty big deal in atomic endgames. But I can do this because there's no way for him to save his queen here, right? His queen is definitely getting taken no matter what. So this is okay for me. I think this is heading towards a draw. I don't think he can win this, but honestly, there may be like a bishop takes a3 idea, so I need to be careful of that. In fact, I'm tempted to just go a4 here after he plays e6. I actually think I will. I know it looks crazy, but I actually think I have to play this way. I gotta keep this D pawn here to block off his rook, though. I probably shouldn't have played king h1. It's my bad. So I think takes, and it's just a draw. Yeah, okay. Let's go f5. I probably want to play rook g1 and g5 as well, I reckon. This is very scary, especially being so low on time. But our opponent's getting low on time as well here. I think this should just be a draw, but, you know, of course, in these positions, he's the one with all the winning chances here. Let's just keep getting our pawns on light squares here. This D pawn is the only one I'm a little bit worried to push. Okay, now I'll go g5, actually. You can't take this. And I'm threatening to go g6, g7. Let's keep rolling down the board. I get d4 in. Okay, that's fine. Oh, he missed this because he can't move his bishop to block. And now I think we're just winning. Ooh, almost pre-moved the wrong move there. Alright, GG's my opponent. Yeah, he messed that one up there at the end, but before that, yeah, great game to him. I do kind of want to look at that. I'm curious. Okay, so e3 was the right idea. Knight c3 was just completely wrong. Okay, so e3 was the right move. Okay, so I considered queen c5. Yeah, wow, anything else is just a draw. I considered this queen c5 idea, d6, takes. And then I thought, like, takes. Ah, 96. Wow. Okay. It makes sense, but I just wasn't thinking about it in the moment. Alright, here we go. Let's get on a roll here. We're doing better now. We got time. It's only 30 minutes into the arena anyway, so we got plenty of time here. Going for the Nas line, going for pawn f4 here. Before Nas ever played my line, I always went for queen h5, g6, and queen e5, which was pretty equal, but, you know, honestly, slightly better for black. I literally have not studied this line whatsoever, but it's just the line that Nas started playing, so why not? If Nas does it, it must be right, yeah. But yeah, it's the line that he used against Natso in the World Championship. So ever since then, I've been playing it a little bit. But okay. That's pretty good. I really want to go e4. I mean, d3 is a good move, but it's not too scary. Like, we're always going to have this bishop on this pawn. So I'm not too scared of d3, but it is a good move, probably. So, like an idea of knight f3 here after knight g4, playing knight g5. I may go for this, even though if he doesn't play knight g4, right, like I really don't have knight g5, but because then there's just bishop takes, and that's just a losing exchange for me. But in this case, don't think it's all too bad, because I'm going to get knight f7 in with the tempo on his queen, and then I can remove his knight. So I'm pretty happy with this now, I think. And honestly, like, where does the queen even go? Like, you really can't go to b6 or a5 and c7. You're just going to allow knight c6, or knight d6 rather. So got his queen, so we should be able to convert this now. Just need to figure out how to get our queen basically invaded. a5 is a really good move for him here. That's not a bad move either, but I want to go knight c3 and d5 here. It's part of the reason why I played b5, to stop him from taking here. And essentially, I think he'll just have to trade off his bishop. Actually, there's no good way to even trade it off, come to think of it, because either place that he went, I could have just taken. Oh, no. What did I just do? What did I just allow? Oh, boy. I completely fell asleep. Oh, that's so embarrassing, dude. Okay, but I guess we have this as a cop-out. Whew, I think we're okay, but... I mean, how did I not know that? Like, he made like 3 pawn moves in a row over there, and I just somehow didn't realize what he was going for. Like, honestly, he probably still could have tried to complicate it after, like, h4. It is still some big threats of h3 or g3. So moving his bishop there immediately probably wasn't the most... I should have gone here. That would have been a little better. Yeah, because now he gets h3 with a tempo. Okay, it doesn't matter either way. It was going to be okay. We would have been fine, but yeah. I guess I should probably look at this line because I never look at it. Yeah, so. Okay, so d3 was a good idea. Oh my goodness, he had mate 2 as well. Man, this is really bad. I need to focus up here. Sometimes when I'm commentating and stuff, I just think about the commentating and I stop thinking about the actual game itself. So let's lock in here. Let's go c6 this time. We played knight h6 a couple times. It didn't work out. So, okay, a couple options here. I think g6 and d5 are both moves. I'll go for d5. This transposes into knight f3, d4 anyway. Let's see if he goes bishop f4 here. That's a common idea. 6 knight f4 would have won. No. I don't remember what our position was, to be honest. Okay. Let's think about this game though. Queen a5 or e6. Those are both moves, I think. But queen e5, we normally end up trading off our queen for the knight. I kind of like this more. I think he's going to go bishop c7, and then after queen f6, like bishop b4, I'm losing my queen, but I get a lot of tempo for it. So, okay, wow, he played right into his prep by the looks of it. Yeah, I really can't even go bishop h3 here. Actually, I can. I can. No, I can't. There's still takes. I was thinking queen g5, but yeah. Okay. This I'm not as concerned about. I could also just play g6. But that doesn't really matter. It still just takes, so. Yeah, I guess the material's equal now, but obviously white is to be much preferred here. He's got to play a3 now to stop. Well, he doesn't have to, actually. But if he ever wants to queenside castle. I guess let's go g5. This will be difficult. We may have to end up taking this knight here. Like, even after queenside castles, I think taking might be the only move there. There's also like bishop takes a3. I feel like that's an uncommon idea in Atomic, but it might work here. It might just work. Okay. Do we want to go for bishop takes a3 here? It's actually such a weird move, but I feel like it kind of works because there's no knight b5. We'll have knight b4. And, you know, that's coming with a checkmate threat. So he has to stop it, and then we can go check and then take this off. It's super weird, but I just think that it works unless I'm missing something. I don't see what he does here. This knight b4 is just such a big threat here. Yeah, I think we're just very happy. Wow, look at Max, bro. out to a huge lead. Wow. Max is just killing it. Good for him, man. Max is a stud. He's been playing so well lately. Okay, but even after b4, it still may be an uphill battle for us, because we'll probably take, I'm guessing, I mean, I guess we don't have to, but yeah, this isn't bad either, but we do get an infiltrated knight, which is nice. We need some kind of counterplay here, because with this bishop here, our position is just awful. I'm actually going to go g4, allowing takes, which I think is good for us, because then we could play knight g4 and get in that way. This idea I completely missed, but okay, we'll just end up trading that rook off for the bishop, I suppose. Okay, let's think about this. I really want to go g3, because after takes, now I've got this passed h pawn. But unfortunately, I think we would just be losing that. So I could also go knight b4, because I want to go into d3. But I guess we could do it this way as well. Turning knight d3. Yeah, the problem with this line is that it allows him to take here, but I think it's the best we've got. It still isn't the prettiest move for him to make, because then I've still got rook g2 and knight g4. So, and now I think we are threatening g3, because after takes and rook here takes, then I'd have like knight d3, knight e1 to cut off his knight potentially. Okay, he goes for that, but I would still have knight e2 in that line. I think we have to go for it. We have to get some kind of counterplay here. So let's just get this open H file. Like, his rook still can't go to this G file. Even if he, like, there's no way to really ever take this, but even if he could, then it would free up our rook, which would be nice. Okay, let's go knight d5, I guess. Allowing knight c5, but it's not the end of the world for us, to be honest. I'm just going to start running this h-pawn down the board and just pray, honestly. Just push and pray, man. Yeah, this is all I can do, really. Okay. So I've got to go king f7 then. For some reason, I didn't realize he would be able to get into d6, but this isn't bad for us. Yeah, our king's actually going to be relatively safe in the corner here now that his rook is just being cut off by my knight, and then there's no way to hop onto this h-file with my pawn. So even though I really like his position here, it's unclear. We're threatening e7. He's got to move it. I'm okay with taking here. Yeah, this is fine. Now I'll just block off his rook, and then he'll block off mine. That's kind of annoying. I was wondering if he would decide to take there or not. Okay, I think this is heading for a draw with best play, especially with this increment here. Yeah, should be a draw. Oh, I guess we don't want to take. Oh, wait, but we don't even have to move our king. We can wait for him to give up. Yeah, and we'll always be able to keep our king in this advantageous position here. So, see if he finally realizes here, if he keeps going for the win. Man, he really wants to win this game, but it's just like there's no ideas for white here, really, just to be honest. There's really no ideas here. He's trying to. I mean, honestly, I probably could have taken that pawn and it would have been a draw still. But okay, Max is slowed down a little bit. He lost a couple there. Nas is doing well too, but I think I heard Nas was maybe not going to stick around for the full thing. So, but certainly heating up. All right, what's the move here? Let me go h5. I'm not sure what the correct idea is, but h5, like potentially if he goes h4, sets up like a queen c8 idea, hopping in here. It also obviously cuts off his queen in those lines. I want to go e5 as well, but I'm just trying to calculate after d takes what I have there. I'm not really sure if that's good for me because I'm kind of opening up that square for his knight or queen to hop into. So that's why I was thinking I may want to go e6 instead. So I was kind of wanting to hold off on pushing my e pawn just so I can either go to e6 or e5 depending on what I see as necessary. But okay, I think I gotta go c6 here. Well, actually I don't really have to. Now's an opportunity to go e5. Oh wait, I'm stupid. He's trying to come in this way, so I have to go g6 then, eh? Oh no, but this is like just losing, no? Oh, this is so bad. Oh, it's barely not losing. Wow, I think I'm potentially losing, but I have knight c6 here, and after queen c5 I can take here. He missed it. Oh no, he started playing so fast. He missed knight takes d4. Yeah, that's unfortunate. He was probably winning here. Like queen b7. Yeah, you gotta feel bad for the kid. Alright. Still not over for him, but yeah. I think he just assumed I'd play c6, so then he knew that he would have queen c5 there to come in this way. But okay, so yeah, that's I guess one thing to note in these lines. Like one thing to keep in mind is, you know, when you've already committed your pawn to f6 like that, you know, h5, it can definitely be a weakening move. Did I just blunder 97, by the way? I didn't want to lose my queen, but yeah, let me go ahead and push d4. Stop any rook takes ideas. Now we're going to get a queen on c5, and I think we should be good. I mean, he's going to go here, and then I do have this. Oh, did I berserk? Oh, shoot, I didn't realize I berserked. Oh my gosh, I totally thought I had some increment. I think he'll go rook c1 or rook d1 here. And I think either way, I think I just want to sidestep here. But I don't want to pre-move it in case he plays something crazy like a4. My idea is kind of to rook lift here, potentially. But I'm also threatening to take. Yeah, I had queen e2 there. I don't know what I was doing. Let's go ahead and go here. Because he's probably going to go rook c4 here. Yep. I think we should be good now. Unless like king g2 is kind of a strange move that keeps him alive for a bit longer here. Oh, why would you resign? I have 1 second on my clock. Oh, man. He totally could have flagged me there. That's crazy. That is insane, man. Yeah, Max is just on a roll, man. Props to the boy. Absolutely killing it. He did only lose to Nas, but 2506 performance rating. He's gone up in rating, I think. Wow, and Nas also with a 2500 performance rating. Two guys that are just so far ahead of the pack right now in terms of rating, I think. And yeah, I respect it, man. They are killing it for sure. All right, going for the Farmer's Gambit here. What is this? Seems as if he doesn't really know this line, but he's playing it well. I mean, this is one of the main lines here to go for this queen d4 and sack the pawn. So even though he's playing it slow, acting like he doesn't like it, or I guess acting like he doesn't know it too well, I'm kind of worried that he does. He's just messing with me or something. So bishop d6 is pretty strong because that stops a lot of what I want to do. Like I want to go knight h3 and bishop g2. So bishop d6 kind of stops both of those ideas. So I think that's one of the main moves. Yeah, he has to go knight e5 now. Okay, that can't be right. Knight e5 and then g5 is normally the idea there. But I think he just hung a rook. Did Max lose this game then, eh? Seemed like he was completely winning, but it also didn't look very closely. Okay, yeah, he was definitely completely winning. Wow. I mean, that honestly it all makes sense. I would have wanted to keep my bishop there too, probably. You can't blame him for any of that. The computer wanted just d4 immediately because then I guess his bishop was trapped. But that's a tough move to spot. You're giving your opponent some counterplay there. Yeah, wow. Crazy game. All right. Let's go back to this same line. Is this what we did last time? I can't even remember. I think we did. Because he took, and then I went like h5. So instead, let's go g6 this time. We learned that what we did was maybe not the best line. So let's go g6. There's not going to be any more queen d3 ideas because we're blocking that off now. We're not going to give him any ideas with h5. So, yeah. This is honestly not too good for him. He's got to play like knight h4 maybe because like you can't go h4. I've got queen c8 and big idea f4 makes sense. And I mean our threat is just to go h4 ourselves and try to trade here. If you push h3 and I'm threatening to get my queen in. So in fact, I think we can go ahead and do it. If f5, then we'll just take here, and there's no f takes because we've got rook h2. So this is going to get really sharp. And we're also threatening to come in with queen d6. I think this actually just wins right on the spot. Just want to take a moment to think about it, but yeah. Because after rook f4, very important not to go g takes, allowing queen h5, which would be actually still winning after queen g6, but would be I don't know, that would be an interesting line. But this way, yeah, well now he doesn't even give us an option to mess up. But I was gonna say after rook f4, just after bishop takes down, which is fine. Is Rakatini, is he leaving? Did he just start playing Atomic just to play in this arena? If he got like 2,300 just off of that, that's actually really impressive, man. I respect the heck out of that, man. Well played to him. I'm going to send out a message to the Atomic Theory group. Let them know. It's right here. Alright, let's go knight d4. I know they were talking about it in the Discord server, so I probably don't need to say anything there. Yeah, this is one of the common lines in this opening where you go c6 and after knight c3, I'm threatening to put 2 knights on b4 there, so you've got to do something about it. And he goes a6, and this line is completely fine for black. What I like about it is that it seems like, what are these guys saying? I lowest player. Oh, poor guy, I'm sorry. Oh, don't quit. Okay. Is he playing or not? Looks like I'd be doing something else. Can I just take here? Can. I'm actually gonna go f3 because it looks like I'm blocking my queen, and of course, in a sense, I am, but I really want to get my queen onto this diagonal, so actually f4 would kind of block it. And yeah, I was also worried about e5. Felt like came with a bit more of a sting if I played f4. Okay, let's stop talking and just play here. Let's go for this knight a4 idea again, just because the queen can be pretty powerful. Like after d5, it stops it for now, but then later on there's like a queen b6 idea there. So let's just go for this. b6 does make a lot of sense. He's basically just conceding to the fact that he's not going to oh man, I gotta really speed up here. I kind of wish I hadn't berserked this guy. He's conceding that he won't get his queen out to b6, but he's also kind of blocking off my knight, so it makes a lot of sense. But okay, we gotta really hurry here, and I'm already noticing that he's gonna play go. Ah, wow, okay, this is good. I completely missed this. This is really strong for him, and he doesn't even need to take here. In fact, that's losing, so yeah, this makes more sense. Although now we go up some more material. We're not worried about rook c8. We've got pawn to c3 here. Yeah, he can go for this, but eventually I'm just going to hide my king and be good. So yeah, I don't know why you would resign. These guys aren't resigning when I have 5 seconds or less on the clock. But okay, either way, it was a losing position. Yeah, I think, I don't know, because how would you be supposed to get your knight out without me taking it, though? Yeah, this was a really interesting line. Ah, I missed mate again. Wow. Queen e4. Okay, yeah. That was a tricky line. Wow. Man, I feel like I'm playing so poorly lately. How am I missing queen g5 here? Seems like a pretty obvious move. Yeah. So that was probably his mistake. He needed to go c5 first. Yeah, the extra move, I guess, wasn't too important because I had to make like so many moves to get out of that. Okay, let's go pawn to e5. Let's switch it up a little bit. I normally like going for this line against higher rated players, but in this case, yeah, I'm just gonna go for it and hope for the best here. Let's go knight h6, set a little trap here with knight g5, f5, and takes. I actually had this line the other day against somebody. I was like calculating it mid game because I don't think I had ever seen that exact line before, but I had the line that I took on h7. Yep, and you'll see it here again, and then you go queen h6, threatening this pawn, and of course there's no f4 because I'll just take, but after king f1, yeah, then there's queen h3 here. So because you always have to, I was trying to calculate it because you always have to make sure you're either threatening to, like you're either checking the king or threatening to explode the king, because if not, then the opponent is able to play queen h5 there, which would be very nasty. Okay, wow, look, Nas and Max are playing, and I'll be honest, it looks like Max is beating him, but he's only got 7 seconds on the clock here. Let's tune in here. This could be a big one to decide it. I'm pretty sure Nas isn't playing the whole time, but maybe he decided to. Yeah, wow, this is Nas just realizing that his opponent doesn't have, yeah, you gotta trade off the queen. Oh, wow, and Nas flags there. That's incredible. Okay, let's go knight h3 this time. Yeah, those guys are on another level right now, man. It is impressive stuff to watch. Okay, let's start with knight a3. Last time we played e4 first. Now we'll go e4. Let's try to go a little bit quicker this game. We've been playing pretty slow. So let's speed it up. I've been getting low on time like almost every single game because I've been, you know, trying to talk through my moves and stuff and explain what I'm seeing and whatnot. So, okay, so ideas of E takes. I think I don't really know what the plan is, but yeah, I guess I probably don't want to allow D takes. But although E takes, and then there's like knight F6. It's also just like knight C4. This doesn't look too bad. I mean, there's D takes, but then I think D5 here. Yeah, I looked at this, but then I just take, right? Because the idea is like I don't really want to allow F takes and ever allowing his bishop in. So D5 is like almost like a prophylactic move to stop that. But I also could have played rook E1 here, but I just don't even want to allow bishop B2. I think C4 is the right move, the right idea. And I mean, yeah. Now I'm threatening to come to C7, and he has no good queen moves. We take his queen no matter where he goes here. So he's got to go like maybe rook B6. Okay, I think he just must have missed it or something. I don't know. All right, there we go. Hey, look at us. We're on a roll here. We've got our performance rating up a little bit, even if it's not competitive with these guys. Although they've both been losing some. Yeah. Let's keep it Zerkin. Let's just play a little faster. Let's try to talk through my moves while also going pretty fast here. Alright, let's go F5. I feel like this line is like losing for me or something. I don't know though. I've been playing this line like quite a bit lately, but I don't even know if F5 is the right move. It's just the move I always play. Because there's also like knight F6, but I think that's... We probably got knight C7 and takes. And there's like queen G. Yeah, he seems to know it. That's okay. We've got some counterplay here on this E5. Like F4 is going to be a strong move to also open up our bishop here. That's a good move. It's a really good move, man. But okay. We'll go F4 and we'll at least stop him from castling. If here, yeah, I guess we can just go king C8. We've got our bishop defending this square here. Although it looks like he's gonna try to stop that with bishop A3. Okay, this is he's doing well here. Okay, now let's go. Yeah, I want to go F6, but like I just think queenside castles and he's okay here. Unfortunately. But if he allows us to get this in, then it's pretty strong. But yeah, in this case, I don't really have too much here, to be honest. It's just probably. Maybe he'll go C4 here. Okay. Let's go prophylactic move here. We want to go rook A4. There's not much he can do to stop it. He can go knight E3 to stop it. So, yeah, that's why I played. Okay. Ooh, let's go king E7. Let's go king E7. Yes, there's knight D6. The thing is, like, I would have been happy to trade off my rook, but then I think he could have just, like, sacked here. Okay, so I gotta calculate. So knight D6 is what I'll probably play. Rook A4, knight B5. But then I would have, like, king F8. Okay, he doesn't play it. He goes for this instead. Let's go here, because, again, after rook A4, he would have this. So I want to be able to take that. Okay, now I think I'm okay. Because now after knight D3, okay, he just doesn't even go for it anyway. But if he had played knight D3 there, oh no, I missed this idea. Wow, okay. I don't know how I missed this. Okay, but after C5, Oh boy, this is just crazy, man. If c5, I might have c6 or d3. I'm going for like rook a5, rook a4, rook b4. It's so slow. Okay, now I have rook e4. He does have ways to win this. Like even rook f1, I think wins. I don't think this wins though. I think I'm okay here. I think I'm actually winning this potentially because the way that these pawns are, he can't get his pawns out. And I think I might actually be winning this. I don't see how he gets out of this. Wow, dude. I don't know how we won that game. We should not have won that game. Okay, yeah. F5 is like the most common move. What about knight f6? Like, why does this fail? Knight d5. Okay, like, am I playing this wrong though? Like, yeah, queen h5 is the idea. Okay, wow. Okay, c6 is where we're going wrong, I reckon. I feel like I keep playing c6. Let me actually self-prep here. Let's see what I normally do here. Okay, no, I've literally always played knight f6 up until this moment. So what's the idea? Bishop b5. Does it not just transpose? Like, I'm kind of confused. It did. So what did he have when I played c6? Okay, that's weird. Don't fully understand that. Alright, let's just go for this line. I think he'll probably go here in e3. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, he goes for a different line. One that I am not familiar with, if I'm being quite honest with myself here. I mean, familiar in the sense that, yes, he has definitely played this against me before, but not familiar with what the right idea is. I think he goes for like a knight e4 here at some point. Maybe not right now. Bishop b4. There's no queen g4 because I've got rook f8. So he's got to go there. Okay. Go knight a6 with a threat of bishop a3. So it feels like he's almost got to play a pawn to a3. He doesn't. So let's go d5. Okay, I see. And then he'll just... I still think I can go bishop a3, no? Ah, or even bishop e7. Oh, this is a really pretty idea. Wait, why is this not just winning for me? What am I missing? Gotta be missing something, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, I looked at this, but let's go. Alright, taking down the top dog there. Yeah. So I'm really not too familiar with what the idea is. Looks like I always go for knight f6, which is one of the moves. Yeah. And then looks like a pretty equal position. Yeah, so I thought after queen takes f6, I already thought I was doing pretty well because I'm able to get a tempo here. Yeah, bishop b7, best move. We'll take it, man. Alright, here we go, on a roll. I'm trying to take down this tournament, man. Let's go back to our bread and butter here. Knight f3, e3. This is what I've played for so long. So after the move pawn to e6, you can't play bishop d3 because of obviously queen h4, queen h3. And I think e6 may be the most common move, but the second most common move, or maybe most common, I can't remember which one is more common. But knight f6 gets played a lot too. And yeah, there's this idea of bishop d3, which is quite powerful. As you can see here, knight e4 was actually losing there. It seems my opponent realized that a little too late. Let's go ahead and take on h7. I don't see a way for him to get his queen in here. Meanwhile, I'm threatening stuff like c4 and e4, which is going to be pretty uncomfortable for him. So let's start with c4. I'll probably just take this. Let's go bishop d2, setting up rook c1. Then attack on this pawn. So he can't push that pawn. He's got to move his queen. Probably go queen e6 here. It's the most likely move, I think. Okay, yeah, the reason I don't like this move as much is now he can't take when I go knight c4. But I don't think it would have really mattered either way. Okay, let's not blunder anything here. Let's just go h4, just cutting off any of those ideas. Oh boy, what is going on here? Okay, we do get this with the tempo, which is nice. I mean, I say that. I don't know how nice this position is. Okay, so we could go queen b1. Am I winning that, though? It's so tough to calculate. I think I'm not. So we got to go queen d3. Got to give up our queen, but we'll take his queen off as well. Then I think we're okay. Ah, man, what a good move. What a strong move. Let's go e4, I guess. Just got to make sure to get his queen off the board. We still should be winning this. Like, we can even just take here and be up material already, but it's kind of scary because, oh gosh. Oh boy, yeah, this is not, oh, I didn't see that he could take that. Oh, no. And now I'm just losing this. Okay. Oh, you scumbag. Well played. Well played. Yeah, after knight f6, bishop d3. This can't be good for him. I looked at bishop f5. Like, bishop g6 just seems so weak. Opening up his rook. Bishop f5 made a little bit more sense because there's no way to stop this. But I was still fine here. Yeah, I think it was once I allowed that. So, yeah, okay. Well played. Can anyone convert a winning position here? Alright, big dog. I see how it is. Oh, new account joined 2 days ago. Who is this? Doesn't look like he'll win money anyway, but I'm not a big fan of new accounts joining last second like this. I'd be worried that, you know, it's Statham or something. If he does end up winning money, then I'll be happy to give it to him. He just needs to tell me what his main account is, because yeah, it's my cash prize tournament, and so I can, and I made this clear in the video, I can give money who I want to give money to, and I cannot give money who I don't want to give money to. And so yep, it's my tournament, and those are the rules that we're gonna go off of. So anyway, I made that pretty clear, and if anyone's playing on a new account, that is totally up to you. That is no problem, but you would just need to give me that main account so that I know that you're not Statham or somebody else that doesn't deserve to be in this arena. I think I'm losing. I kind of missed this. Okay, wow, that works too. He had a couple ways to win that. Okay, let's see here. Oh, knight f3 had to be played. Maybe I just needed to quit playing this f4 line if I'm not going to study it at all. I actually looked at knight f3 there, but I ended up going for a different option because I don't really know. Yeah. Okay, but this is really surprising here. We've got Nas slowing down, the undisputed best player in the world right now by far. We've got him, and we've got, I believe Max is number 2 in the world. Yeah, so we've got the 2 highest rated players in the world. And currently, this is crazy because Nas is a much better player than me. But currently, low-key, I'm ahead of Nas, which is just kind of insane. Okay, so I have to go bishop before knight f6. And it just transposes, I guess. I mean, I guess the one thing I could go for is like f4 here. So let's start with d5. Yeah, I have to go d5 to cut off his queen. Did I miss that last time? Or do I? Maybe f4 is the big idea there. I mean, there's like rook f6. Also bishop b7 maybe. Sure, why not? Let's just try something different. I don't want to go into the exact same line that we did last time. Wow, it's like he knows this or something. That's such a good move. Okay. Actually, we've got knight a6. It's not too bad. Maybe he's just familiar with the ideas. I actually don't hate this for me. Alright, let's go queen h3. Forcing him to take, and then I'll get f4 in, I think. So at least I'll stop what he did last time with his knight hopping in. This may be really bad for me, but the idea is just, I liked the position that he had last time, so I've got to deviate somehow. Yeah, like even this is okay. Because at least I'm giving up my bishops, like I'm not a huge fan of it, but at least we're not getting the same position that we had last time. Like even though I was able to win it, I felt like I was worse. Although I need to lock this up. I can't let him open up this e-file. Probably should have started with this. Because if he takes, I just don't see how I'm ever really recovering from that. Alright, but this I'm okay with, actually. Yeah, let's go rook e8. And now you can't take here, because then I'm just taking. And getting your bishop. Yeah, this is actually not very good for him at all. I think this is probably honestly losing, if I had to guess. Alright, gotta go g6 to stop rook f5. But this is not too good for him. Like c4 is probably what has to be played, but I guess let's start with rook b8. I'm just worried. I know he's gonna go c4. Okay, never mind. He should have gone c4. And then like b3, a3, b2 here and here. Like I think it would have been winning for us eventually, but being so low on time, it's unclear if I would have had time to, you know, completely convert that. Now I can pre-move this because, yep. And, oh gosh. Okay. Oof, that was a close one. Alright, I'm curious what the best idea is here. King d8 takes, knight a6, interesting. Does it lead to the same position after queen g? Okay, wow, this bishop b7 idea isn't as crazy as I thought. Okay, interesting. So I'm down a pawn, but the computer doesn't seem to hate it for black. I thought he could just open this up. Ah, this is so weird. How is this not losing for me? It is after the natural continuation, but I guess the idea is to go a5 here and just block with bishop e6. Wow. Okay. Alright, we've got the white pieces against Max. Let's go for... Okay, well, he didn't play what I thought he was going to play anyway, so let's see if he's got something prepped here. We've played this line against each other so many times, and recently I've kind of felt like I've had his number in it. I feel like in this line where we trade off queens and I get the infiltrated knight, you know, I feel like it's pretty good for... Oh gosh, I already low-key blundered. Just kidding, I can castle him, okay. There's like bishop c3 here. Why did I go and play bishop c2 there, bro? Guess we'll go a4. Yeah, he gets a pawn out of it, but yeah, he doesn't even want to go for it. So let's go knight a3. Yeah, it's always a tough line for him because he's not able to castle until he does something like, yeah, like that, pushing his g-pawn. Now maybe I'll go knight g5. And there's also this knight e6 threat, so I like this. Because I'm thinking he'll go rook e8, or rook f8 here, rather. And then I'm able to block like so. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Let's push this e-pawn down now. Let's go ahead and go here. He may take. No, he can't take there. So yeah, this is good for me. All right, feeling pretty good here. Not sure how I would manage to lose this one, honestly. Let's go rookie one. I like keeping this knight on the board. It kind of stops any tricks that he may have later on down the line. Like if I go knight f5 and trade, I feel like there's potential for his rook to get out. But with my knight on the board, it's pretty much impossible for him to do any funny business like that. Let's just get one of these knights off the board. They're kind of pesky. Yeah, let's just go off the board. Now we're just up a clean pawn, and I think his rook is pretty much trapped here. I don't see a good way to get it out. Just had to close up the c file, so he can't go this way, but there's obviously no rook f7, no rook d7, so this should be GG's. All right, we will take it. Okay, so bishop d2 wasn't too crazy. Yeah, and if knight takes, maybe then knight g5. Interesting. Rook e1. Yeah, I pretty much was always ahead there. The thing is, like, I think just I'm worried to play this, I think, because I just know that Max is familiar with it. Maybe not. What? I guess he plays it slightly different every time. Alright, insert back. Let's go e5 here. Try something different. I like playing this against people that I don't know what they do, because sometimes with f6 I just feel like, yeah, this is one of the better lines. Let's go bishop d6. He's got knight f7, knight e5 ideas, but after knight f7, maybe I'll go queen g5. Yeah, and I thought he might play this. Oh, okay. Well, that's better than I realized. Okay. This is awkward. All right. That's frustrating. Yeah, I guess d6 is normally what I go for. Yeah, this is one of the stronger lines, I feel like. I guess I don't have to play b5. So the idea is, like, after this, yeah, then I would just go bishop b4. But with knight a3, if you know, force out b5, then after d5, bishop b4, I'm guessing would make a lot less sense because he would just take it. Yeah. So, knight a3. What's another move we could play? Knight h6. It's not just allow knight b5 though. Seems pretty scary. Okay. It's been so long since I've had this line, I'm kind of blanking on it, but yeah. Against e6, e5, or d5, our move is going to be bishop d3. And the point being, once you've committed to b5, there's not going to be any bishop b4 ideas. We're just going to be able to take this off here. So, yeah, he's got to do something like that. And no matter what, we're pretty much just going up a pawn here. Looks like he missed our queen h5. Yeah, super fun line. I've been a big fan of that line recently. Okay, well, one thing that's been going in our favor here is that we've only had to go against Nas once. So I'll take that. Hello, Artigoose, back at it with another Atomic stream. How's it going? Appreciate the support. Yeah, we are. If you're new to the stream here, we're just streaming this Atomic Theory Genesis Arena that we're running here. And we've had an okay turnout, 78 players. It's not too bad. We'll see if we can get a couple towards the end here. Okay, let's go e5. I think last time we played... Okay, no, I've been white both times, so never mind. Let's see if he goes for this g3 line that I hate. He doesn't. So now I've got knight h6. I don't know what he's supposed to do here. Like, we've had this line a couple times now. I'm not really sure what white's supposed to do. This move looks really strong. Because if I go knight g4, then he can just go knight f7. And it comes with a tempo, and there's no great queen moves there. So f3 looks really strong. But I'd be curious about g6 in this line. I'm going to go for it. There's still no knight takes h7, of course. I want to get bishop h6 in. Ah, okay, this is a good move. Also may just go here. But I need to be concerned about knight d6 check. So maybe I just need to concede and go bishop b4. Yeah, I want to get some counterplay here. Like after knight takes h7 or knight f7. Obviously knight f5 is a pretty big threat. So I'm guessing he'll go here. And then queen f6 is threatening this. So like if he were to go f4, takes probably doesn't work. Okay. E4 and like bishop f4 maybe. Yeah, let's go d5 then. And got a castle. We'll give him this. But it's not without hope. I mean, like in this line, I think we even just immediately got knight g4 just to get some counterplay. So I feel like this hasn't been like a complete disaster. Like sometimes in Atomic Chess in the openings. Maybe I shouldn't have committed to knight g4. Yeah, maybe I should have kept this hope alive of going there. Okay, interesting. I feel like, yeah, this is an idea for sure. This is why I kind of hoped that I hadn't. Okay. No. Oh my goodness, wow. GG's. GG's. Yeah, that was a close game. I think f3 is the right move there. Okay, h3 is correct. Okay, g6 was a mistake. Okay, yeah. Honestly, I would have to look at that line more. Alright, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think we're, I guess we've lost one game in this line, but... I can't remember if I'm supposed to take that or not. Which line is trickier? Let's just go for this line. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of allowing b4, which I'm not a huge fan of. But I'll get d5 in. I'll get like bishop d6, queen f6 stuff going on, you know. After knight e5, like maybe even just makes the most sense, honestly. Yeah, I want to go b5 because like after knight e6, I want to take this anyway because I think I just want to get g5 in there. So let's go for this line. Bishop d6, and then I want to play like g5. It's a good move. Yeah, let's go for it. There's no takes. I think takes would end up in. So let's play this now while we've got time. Okay. I think I'm just castling here now. Yeah, like he's got to go queen a4 now. But does queen a4 even work? Is the question. Like, can I just take here? I also have bishop a6. I have so many tempting options here. Okay, let's just make a move. This, funnily enough, is a really bad move. He's got to go like queen e1 here. Okay, that works too. Oh, but now I have this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is this so good for me? Threatening bishop a6. Of course, he may go bishop a6 instead. And his bishop is almost trapped here. I guess he can move his queen with the tempo. Yeah, something like that is good. Probably could have taken this. Oh, this is good for him. This, and I have to explode everything. Oof. Okay, but I honestly, like, to get into that position, I was not too upset about it, just to be honest. I normally take there, but I think he probably had something prepped for this. Like, it's still winning for white no matter what. But that's just how I normally play it, I think. But yeah, the position we ended up getting was probably the whole time was losing. But yeah, like, this threat of g takes was just so strong. Yeah, and then bishop a3, like, yeah, I was super low on time, but rook b8. It's a tough move to spot, though. I guess c6, it makes sense why it's bad, because queen a5 just is a pretty natural move to play. See if he goes f6 this time. He doesn't. He wants to do this again. Okay, I'll go b4. I honestly forget what the line is here. Let's do this, I guess. I don't even know. I normally go knight h7 there, but I'm trying to make sure he doesn't have any nasty tricks here, so that's the reason for the deviation of my normal prep. Is he about to trap me or what? What's going on here? I don't think I'm getting trapped here, but I guess it's a lot harder to trap me when the queens are off the board. But anytime he starts playing fast like that, man, I just get so nervous, bro. I'm like, what's going on here? Okay, I want to go h4, and then after g4, I think I'll just drop back with knight g5. Kind of the same idea that I had last time. Now he can do this, though, of course. But now his king can't castle, so we're kind of giving up a material advantage to just go for a win like this, where his king is just not able to castle. And we'll just go ahead and make sure by going for this. This is tough to calculate. I want to go g4, but I also may just go takes, allowing e3, yes, but then I might have king e2. Okay, he just gives me bishop g5, though. This can't be right. This cannot be right. Let's go here and then like c2. Trying to get my knight in. There's no e3, I've got takes. I'm gonna go d5. Let's see if he maybe takes here. There's some threats of this, but okay. Not too worried. I do have bishop e3 if I need it after, like, say, bishop c5. Definitely not completely out of the woods, though. Okay, let's go this way, actually. Let's just make sure his rook can't get in. I think that's what we want here. Yeah, and this is okay. He'll go knight h3 here. We're fine with this, because now his knight can't really ever go back here. Let's go rook e2 first, so that there's no like weird bishop ideas there. Yeah, I think we're gonna be okay here. I think we're gonna be just fine. I say that. Let's go rook e1 to cut off his rook coming in. Ooh, did I miss this? Maybe. Yeah, this ain't good. No. GG's, GG's. I tried to get a little greedy and go for the win there, but I probably should have just played it safe. Felt pretty comfortable though. I don't think he had too much there. Knight d8 would have been good. Yeah, I thought this was good. Yeah. I'd be happy to go into that again, but he played it well. Okay. Last time we got completely outplayed in this. Let's just go for f6 this time. Interesting line of my opponent. Okay. I think c6 works. It opens up my queen, and I don't think this idea works. Yeah. But now b5, there's knight f5, so maybe I have to go knight h6 first. It's gotta be e takes. And then I have to go knight g4. Now I can take. I believe I can take now. Yeah, okay. Now we're doing good. Let's just do, there's probably a better way to do this, but I'm just gonna take the simple approach. The line that I just originally saw, because he can't go here. We've got a knight take, so he's got to trade off queens here, and then we can just go knight h2 and just have a better position. Again, it may not have been the best line, but it's the line that I just saw, and I knew like, hey, with best play I can win this for sure. So I was like, let's just go for it. Let's get this pawn running. What in the world? No way this is right. I don't know what he's doing here, man. He's fumbling the bag, dude. What in the world? We go here, and no takes. We got a bunch of different ways to win this, I think. Alright, GG's. Yeah, those lines like that are always tricky, man, because it's like, you never know. If it's a line that you don't know like that, it's just scary, because it's like, what are they going to play? Like, you know, how's it going to work? So, yeah, that type of stuff is super scary. If they know the line and you don't, it's basically just like, you know, how are you going to be, how are you going to play against that? So, you got to look at that all on the fly. Okay, sorry I wasn't looking at chat, guys. Hey, how's it going? Got some people here. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate that. It means a whole lot to me. It truly does. Let's go back to the good old-fashioned Farmer's Gambit here. I haven't had too much variety in openings. I've played knight h3, e3, knight f3. Alright, we're just going to go back to this line because I've been losing with f4 there. I guess just literally everyone in this arena knows this line now, which kind of makes sense, I guess. I mean, if it's my arena, maybe it's people that have followed me a little bit, I reckon. But you would hope that I would run into at least like one person that just didn't know the absolute counter to my favorite opening. But alas, I guess that's it's not possible here. I think this pawn on b6 is going to be good for us. Because I guess we don't have any great ways to attack this right now, but oh, was that a mouse slip? It had to have been. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, now there's not a good way for him to stop knight b5 here. Okay. I mean, he's just really slow here. Yeah, case in point now. There's no way to stop this. Ah, no, there is, though. Ah, that's frustrating. I have to do this, though. There's no other way. Yeah, that's too bad. Well played. Well played. Yeah. GG's. Yeah, I had to go into that. Because if bishop c6, I think it just would have been the same thing. I don't think I had any better. Oh, rook takes a3. What move is that, dude? That's incredible. Okay, 6. Wow, with like a knight b3. That's some crazy computer line there. Okay, wow. So the idea here is like if he goes for a normal move like castles. Oh, he can't castle. But the idea is going to be like to drop back with knight b. Like there's this idea of knight b3, c5, and then you're opening this up. Wow, that's just incredible. Yeah, I would have seen that. You're basically like guaranteeing you're getting an infiltrated knight there. Okay, let's see what he goes for this time. Goes for this line. Okay, wait. Why don't I have no idea how to play this. Oh wait, did I not just like transpose into the position that I literally just had? I don't know. And also, why am I already losing? Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, I like knight f5 and I just think I'm already losing. Okay, but he didn't. Like knight f5, I literally don't know what I'm doing because like knight f2 is losing after queen h5, g6, knight g7. So I literally don't know what he saw there. Like I'm not mad about it by any means. I'm just curious why he played that. Let's go g6. He's going to get a knight in like so. But I'll have bishop b4 and castles. So it's not going to be the end of the world in this particular line. I'll probably take on a7, honestly, and just try to defend. Interesting move. He's going to go knight d6, maybe? Okay, wow. Let's go d5. This is not normally how white would play this. Like, I think if he realized that it had transposed into a pretty common line, or at least close to it, I think maybe he would have played it differently, but just playing off of feels, I guess he didn't want to play it that way. Although I will admit, like, this line is kind of sucky for me. I can't really take here, because it's just queen a4, b5, like queen a5, and there's just no way for me to stop that. I guess I did have an extra rook, so, like, I didn't realize I probably could have gone into that. This line is actually not that bad for me. I think he actually messed up. Yeah, I'm trying to look at what he wants to do here. I guess I have to go h6, which is a nice move that has two ideas. Okay. There's no way to get his queen in. Oh, I say that, and he just got it in. Oh my goodness, Max, you're crazy, bro. How are you so good? I have to go g5, and then he comes behind. No, dude, what? This guy's actually crazy, bro. Wow, well played. That was actually a nice little combination. Okay. How was I not just losing after knight f5? I don't understand. Bishop b4? Wow, that is crazy. Oh, wow. I was just completely winning here. That actually makes sense because queen h5 isn't very good. Wow, okay. Thought I was okay here though, low key. I was. Where did I go wrong? Okay, wow. Oh, I didn't make a move. I knew it was about to. Okay, that's okay. It's not a big deal. We weren't on a streak, so it doesn't hurt us. It just hurts our rating and our eco a little bit, but that's okay. That was such an interesting game. I was trying to look at it. I want to actually analyze this a little bit, but I don't have time because I have to hop back into another one. But so G5, like even up until this point, we were still winning. Did I have to find this queen e7 idea the whole time though? Maybe. Yeah, I think it was just queen e7 was the idea. That's interesting. Playing and watching, is it good or bad for your play? I guess I assume you mean you're playing in the tournament. That's a good question. I definitely don't think that it's good for you. I mean, I know for me, right? Like, it wouldn't be good for me because I kind of can be a little bit scatterbrained sometimes. Like, even with this, like, doing the commentating, like, I think it's pretty fun. But if I was, like, playing, like, a really serious thing, like, I wouldn't want to commentate while I do it just because I know that I am, like, ever so slightly worse because, you know, my mind is on trying to commentate and trying to, you know, talk about why I'm making the moves I'm moving and you know, all that stuff. And so, yeah, I have to imagine that that it can't be good for you because, like, I'm talking about my games, which will make you think about, you know, potentially think about what I'm saying and take away from your attention on your own game. However, I will say this, like, if you're just listening to me, like, kind of more so in the background and, like, not really thinking about what I'm saying as much, but just listening to have something to listen to, and you're not actually paying attention to the words I'm saying, then it's probably okay. It's probably not so bad then. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. All right, this is a classic line. Interesting. I know G6 and H5 are both moves here. There's also this weird idea of, like, A6 and D5 that I kind of want to go for. Let's go for this line. I played this against Wolfram, a similar line. Queen theory clap. Yeah, let's go D5. The idea being after E takes and A takes B5, then I'm going to come down to D2. Obviously, I think this is okay for black. You're down a pawn, but, like, already I can get it back if I want. But I also have, like, queen D5 ideas. So I've got a lot of different ideas here. Yeah, let's just go for it. Let's go for this. Let's go for knight H6. If he goes knight E5, I think I'll go queen D5. And now what do? F3 makes a lot of sense. Kind of want to go bishop D6 just to pin that knight. It's also knight F5. That looks actually really strong. This bishop is going to get be very valuable for him. I'll just say that much. Okay. Yeah, queen C4 is a tempting move. Gosh, I keep thinking and I forget that I can't do that. Let's just go ahead and get our pawn back. Then queen A5. That's no fun. Then he gets the infiltrated knight. Yeah, well played, well played. Why did I go B6? That was silly. Whatever, you can have my rook, okay? Or if you don't want it, that's totally fine too. This is really bad though. I need to make something happen on the king side, I reckon. Okay. I'm okay with C7 here. Truly. Okay. This is can't be losing for me. Could be winning though. was scary. Yeah, we got really low on time there. Yeah, this idea in this line is really interesting. It looks like in this particular line it didn't work for one reason or another, but I know in positions similar to this, it's a big idea. And as you can see, if he takes, it's really not that bad for black, even though you're temporarily down a pawn. You're opening up this rook, you're opening up this queen. So it's really not that bad. I think like maybe you'd have to play like g6, king h1, and then go for d5. Okay, yeah, so something like that. So I didn't remember the exact prep, but it's definitely an idea. So, yeah. All right, back into another one. All right, I appreciate it, Benji. Hope you and your cats have a good meal together. And yeah, I appreciate the support, man. I will see you next time. I guess we'll go queen f6 here. I am curious, we've got a few viewers here. Is anyone here super new to... Oh, why did I play queen f6? Normally you wait till they play knight f7. I should have played a move like d5 instead. Oh well. It's not the end of the world, but it's not great either. But yeah, I'm curious of the people watching. Is anyone new to Atomic Chess? Are you guys watching me? You're like, what the heck is going on here? You know, what type of players we got in here? I'm curious. If you guys don't mind sharing. But okay. What are our threats here? Obviously, we want to play rook g8. Just get our rook on the open file there. Let's go a5 because I think he wants to go, yeah, something like this. a5 is a good move to kind of stop after queen a4. Stop a lot of his like queen a5 ideas and whatnot. So, okay, I gotta go knight a6 just to cut off this bishop, I reckon. Now I can get my bishop in this way. I wanted to go bishop d6. I think he would have just gone f4. And so I would have had to do like e takes and then bishop d6. This is a lot easier. Let's just go here and here. If he wants to get rid of my bishop, he can go queen a4. But I don't think he wants to do that. And instead, we'll get a pretty strong bishop here. Now we'll go rook g8. Now he definitely can't take here. And we're threatening to go like g4, g3, g2, potentially. If we go g4, g3, and then king g2, then we've got takes. So we've got a lot of pressure on the king side here. The goal is to just every move be made over here. Something on the king side. He may try to get a queen side push, but I will say we've got like a sneaky bishop a6 if he overextends. Okay. Forces my bishop out. That's not a bad move. Maybe making way for his rook to come out here. But we'll definitely, you know, maybe bishop e1 was the right move, but we definitely want to get that bishop right in front of his king either way. And we're never worried about takes. We're okay with him taking here. It would leave us with a pretty equal position. So yeah, I think queen d2 would be, you know, relatively equal, but I'm confident I could win that position. I want to go like g4, and then my idea, he may go f4, which would be annoying after that. I can't go f4 immediately because he goes bishop d7. But if I can get g4 and f4 in, then I'm threatening to take, and then bishop h3, which is pretty strong. So if I play g4, like one good way that he can potentially stop that is f4, just kind of locking everything up. But even then, I'll have pawn g3. I've still got knight g4 ideas. It's definitely not over, but that is definitely a fear of mine in this position. Okay, he goes for this, which is good. I'm going to go c5. Like bishop e6 was an idea, but then he would have just played d5. The idea is, oh, he doesn't even have queen b3. For some reason, I thought he was threatening queen b3, but he actually didn't have it immediately. I guess c5 is still like a really useful move, though, because his threat was maybe queen c2 and queen c5. But I would have honestly just had bishop. Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to go for this. There's no queen a2. I'm just going to play pawn to c4. There's really no d takes, so then I'll be able to do bishop b6, and I'll be happy with it. I think his best idea here is f4. If he doesn't go for f4, okay. Now he really needs to play f4 because the queen side is really locked up here. Yeah, now I'm just going to play f4 and threaten to take here. I guess we'll just keep pushing. It's never a bad idea in Atomic. Let's get our bishop out and get our king behind the pawn. And okay, now he's got to move. I think. Okay, let's push here. He'll get his bishop in behind, but we've got a rook, so we should be able to maneuver it and hopefully make something happen here. Yeah, we can get our bishop behind this pawn. And this looks pretty bad for him. Yeah, he had to. I mean, he's got to make a move, but there's nothing he can really do here. Oh, I think I lagged there for a little bit. Okay, we got it. We got it, though. GG's to my opponent. That was a really great game. That was a super fun one. Hey, Savitero, how's it going, man? Appreciate you stopping by. All right. You stopped by just in time. We are going against the absolute GOAT of Atomic, man. We are playing against Never of Zero. So let's go for knight f3. Let's see what he's got in this line. Let's go knight d4. Let's see if he goes for this g6 line. That's what he said that he normally likes to play here. This is my pet line that I've been playing a lot lately. G6 is the best move here, so he should go G6, but maybe he'll try to play something really weird to throw me off. I know what to do against E6, E5, and D5, though, so it's like, if you're not going to play one of the 4 most common moves, then I'm not sure what you really can play to throw me off. But, okay, yeah, he likes to go for this E5 and F5 idea, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, actually, no, he normally goes E5, bishop D3, F5. Okay, no, I had the line wrong, actually. So instead he's going for this line with bishop B4, and then he'll take my knight, and then I get knight E4 in. Yeah, so he didn't play the thing that he normally plays. He's got to take on A5. What in the world, dude? No way. That's an insane move. What does he see here? I have to think F3 is right. There's also A4 just to poke at this pawn. The problem with A4 is that I think I see what he's trying to do. Let's go A4. With F3, I think he would have just taken here, threatening this. And then I would have maybe had pawn H4, but then there's like queen E5. So yeah, he's trying to create some play here. But why can't I just take this? What's wrong with this? If I take, he's going to go queen B4. But then I can just go maybe E takes, I think. He's got to go queen b4 here. I don't think there's any other move. Unless I'm miscalculating somehow. I guess like castles could be a crazy try. But I think I would just be able to take his queen there. Although then he'd have knight d4. Yeah, so he goes for it. So d4 is an interesting idea because he can't take. I've got queen d7. And even if he does take, then, you know, I'd have c3. Like after castles, E takes is what I really want to look at here. E takes, I got to calculate this. So queen d4, bishop e3, castles, f4, rook takes f4. And I don't think there's any way to stop queen f2 there. So sadly, I don't think I can go for that line, which means I probably need to play d4. Probably need to just go for d4 then. Yeah. Let's go d4. Yeah, I really want to go e takes, but now I am actually threatening g takes as well. So I think he's got a castle here. Castling just makes way too much sense. I'm I'm actually looking at rook a4 after castles, because then after takes, I could just trade my rook off. Yeah, okay. There's also f3. Like, f3 is a very reasonable move here. Let's do that. Let's go for f3. We're blocking any rook f2 ideas. We're blocking any f3 or... This move is just good, and it's also now kind of the ball is back in his court, essentially. I mean, he's got to figure out what to do about this threat. And yeah, that's a good move by him. Okay, just checking everything. I think he wants to go knight g3 and knight e2, which is actually really scary. Oh man, Nas is so good, bro. He's so good. I think we have to play. Oh man, wow. Dude, Nas is so good, bro. He's so tricky with it. Like, I think that line is just winning for me too. Like, I think, yeah, it's +6 here. So let's see, where did I go wrong? Okay, knight takes b5. That actually makes a lot of sense. Somehow I just kind of missed this idea. Instead, I thought a takes was what I had to go for. But yeah, if I had seen knight takes, I definitely would have played it, actually. Oh, wow. I had to play g takes. Okay, I was going to say g takes, no way it works. It would have been a draw after king d2 there. So d4 was the right idea. And then... Okay, yeah, interesting. Let's not have this happen again where I accidentally don't make a move. Let's just go bishop b4 this time. Let's go into a different line. I'm 2-0 against him in that line that he's played against me, but I can't say I'm too happy about it. He's going for this line. Let's go f6, allowing him to take here. But we can... This line is tricky. I like to play a line similar to this as... Actually, this exact line. I don't know why I say similar. I play this exact line as white. But this particular line is going to be tricky for white. Just because I'm going to have some threats here. Okay, wow, he's playing it well. Like, g4 and f4 are very common moves here. So let's see if he knows it. Did he just blunder this or no? f3... Maybe let's start with g4, because I know he wants to play g4 here, so let's just cut off what he wants to do. This seems like it could be okay. And... Oh, there's like 95 here. Like, why is this line so good for white, bro? I don't... It's just tricky, man. It's so tricky. Yeah, this is... I kind of wanted to go king f8 anyway, so let's just play it. And then knight f6, maybe queen h6. Or queen f5, maybe. Not too sure. Not too sure how we're making threats here. But we're going to try. We're going to try. But yeah, this line is just so tricky, man. Okay. Yeah, let's go queen h6. His bishop's not going to be too much of a threat here. So let's go for it. Maybe we can work our king over here too, freeing up our queen. But really what this is going to be is just a game of, are we able to checkmate him? And if not, then he's going to win. He will eventually win this position. Like, we have to find a way to get our queen, and it's the only way to win this position. Okay, this is a start. It kind of cuts off this f pawn. So I like this. Let's go here. Okay. Then maybe like b6 and bishop b7. Also an idea of c6, which seems slow, but yeah, he's also playing this pretty slow. Let's go b6. The question is, can we do something with just the knight and the queen? And I think the answer is yes. I'm not going to lie, I honestly kind of missed what he was going for there. I didn't want to have to trade off that knight. Now, like, f4 is a really strong move. f4 is such a good move. Okay, but he misses it, which allows us to infiltrate. And now this pawn is pinned. If he goes rook d1, I could go queen e1 or queen e2. Ah, yes, queen e2 with the threat of queen f3. That's good. You can't push this f pawn. How do you defend against this? Like knight f6? It's a tough move to spot. Threatening g4. Tough move to spot, but I don't even have bishop e7 here though. Now you can take, I guess, but you're kind of like indefinitely in this weird position with your rooks now. Let's go ahead and get our king in front of this pawn. And then we've got rook f8. Okay, what's your big idea here? You're going to have to probably trade your rook off for the queen, which low-key just works. But I've got this. Oh, boy. I think this works. I think I'm actually winning this. Sacking my queen, but I'm able to activate my rook. It just in time, too, because if he was able to take that, he's got such a big pawn storm advantage. I don't even think I'm able to sneak my rook in. Yep, I think we got it, though. Alright, GG's. Whew, man. That opponent is just playing the same exact line over and over again. And we tried something different this time. And I actually know this line pretty well because I play it as white. Yeah, I know that queen e7 is kind of an annoying move to face. It's not necessarily the computer recommendation, but as you can see, black actually wins a decent amount with queen e7. I know this line is not super fun for white, but he played it well. Props to him. I'm not sure exactly where it went wrong. I felt okay once I got my rook in. Okay, here we go. Going up against Nas. I actually need to make a run here. I want to get top 3 so I can at least save some money here. Nas hasn't been zerking, I don't think so. Going for this. I just don't see how I ever beat Nas in this line, dude. He just knows it too well. I think it's g6. G6 and e6. Allowing knight g7, but of course he doesn't play it because he's Nas and he's crazy. And he can do whatever he wants, and it's probably going to be the right decision because you can't beat Nas. He's way too good. That is never of 0 for you. Alright. Don't hate the position, though. We've got a strong bishop. We've got a strong knight. He's got knight e7 or knight g7 if he wants it, but that I think we just take with the e pawn. Although e takes knight g7 here, and then bishop f5, bro. What the heck, bro? So maybe we should have played. We probably should have played d5. Ah, because now we're losing like. Dude, Nas is so frustrating to play against, bro. He's so good. I have to go bishop takes. I think I had to go d5 here. I think that was better. Just pushing my pawns. Yeah, of course he finds the craziest move ever. It's still not over. Like, we're going to get this infiltrated knight. Like, we have chances here, yes. But I think I should have gone d5 instead of bishop b7. I would have been actually pretty happy with that position. I just thought bishop b7 was the right idea, but apparently not. Okay. Looking at some ideas here. There's also this in here. Oh, let's go for that. Looks pretty nice. He's got to go like queen g3 now. Queen g3, h4, queen g4, but then it's like, I kind of like this little thing that we've created here, though, if we go into this, which it looks like we will. I guess he's just threatening to take here, though, which is pretty strong. So maybe I messed this up. Let's at least go h4. Ah, and then we'll have knight f2. Okay, so that's not too bad, actually. Maybe he'll go back to queen f3. No way. Okay, well, what are you going to do here, though? You got to do something about this. So you can't take a draw. Not with me. You're too strong for me. Too strong to take a draw with me, so... Let's see if he wants one. Okay, so he sacks his queen. But surely he should have just let me take here, because he's letting me keep my strong knight, which makes no sense, honestly. This makes absolutely no sense. I feel like he should have gone for queen g4 and after knight f2. Maybe he saw something else that he didn't like. But if I play knight f2 there, which is what I would have played, and it's what I played in that position just a second ago, seems pretty good for him. But okay. Let's take here. Let's try to open this up. How are you stopping this? Oh, okay. How does this happen, bro? Like, how do I have a winning position against him every time, and then I just fumble the bag? I at least have a draw here. After takes and rook here, I at least have a draw. Ah, but I think I have better, actually. I think I have better, because I think I'd have queen b6 there. So actually, I'd like to see takes here. Yeah, so knight c6 is actually the best move here. If he doesn't take, what will he do? Like, g5 is an option. But I don't think g5 is that big of a threat. He still has to make like 2 more moves before he's even threatening anything. Like, if g6, I would just go king g7. f5 is an option to open up his bishop, but then I will just take. And yeah. Okay, I do need to be worried now, because after knight d4, then there might be f5, and now takes is not looking too good for me. So I think the smart move is honestly just to take immediately. Yeah, I think that's what I have to do, because otherwise this move f5 is just going to be so powerful. Okay, goes for c4. Okay. Queen c7, he's got to play c5. Now let's go rook d8. Now we'll lock up with f5. Okay. So e5 is an idea for us as well. I think I do want to go for e5 actually. e5 looks really strong. Let's start with king g7, because I think like e5 he may have had rook e1, and of course after takes, then he would just come down here. But now after e5, if he goes rook e1, I think I can just take. Let's go ahead and play it. Let's go ahead and play it, and let's see. I think rook e1, I still don't know what I have there. Oh, I think I just have knight f3 after rook e1, actually. There's no way he can stop all this. Yeah, there's no way. And Max should be... Max, you better split some of your prize money with me after this game, because I think I probably just clinched the win for you here. Assuming I don't mess this up. Just easier said than done here. Okay, let's start with this. Well, there's got to be an easy win here. But I don't see it. What in the world, dude? Oh my gosh, I'm actually panicking. I don't see the win, bro. I don't see the win at all. Oh, did I just blunder, bro? No, there's actually so hopeless, bro. No, what? Dude, how did I not win that game, bro? Nas is like a magician, bro. I don't understand it. Okay, yeah, I had to play d5. That's what I should have played. I guess knight f2 was also a move, but... Oh, dude. Wow, I'm actually winning this. I probably had like mate, bro. Such good defense, though. I gotta give him his props. Ah! What am I doing? I should have played g4. Bro, what am I doing, actually? Alright, I think I'm fine. Now I can check if this bishop's gone. I wonder if he had better there or not. I'm not sure, actually. Okay, let's go d3. I want to get my bishop out, but I don't really want to block my queen. Okay, takes. That doesn't work. Aha, I can do this and this. Oh, no, but he's got check. Ooh, okay, I have to go here and just turn it off. Like, that's frustrating, bro. Yeah, Nas is crazy, bro. I think it's also like a mental thing. Like, I definitely panicked there, and I like should have at least had a draw. But alright, we should be good here. We just need to speed up a little bit. Bishop 4. Okay, doesn't matter. Yeah, let's go here. Alright, I almost just blunder. Oh boy, this is bad news, bro. I don't know. I've been playing okay, actually, but I've also been making some silly mistakes, I feel like. So it is what it is, though. It's been fun. Alright, we should be good now. He's going to have to trade up. Let's go for this. Alright, we'll let him have a queen over there. It's so long meta. Alright, we got to speed up. We got to get some more wins here. I mean, props to my boy here. He's playing very well. He really just had that one streak where he played. Yeah, he played a 1700 and an 1800. And wow, okay, yeah, like he played like 6 players in a row here that weren't as strong. And that's really what's been keeping him ahead of me. I'd love to see him get 3rd place. This is a great player, a really nice guy. So I'd be happy to see him do well. But Berserk, I hope he zerks me back. You're a better player than me, Nas. You should zerk me. All right, this is impossible to beat Nas with. To beat Nas when you're berserked, but I think maybe there's less people in or something, or maybe Nas and I'm just getting screwed by having to continually play him. But you know, at the beginning, I only played him once for like the first 25 games, and I was doing really well. And now I've had to play him 3 times, and yeah, I'm not too thrilled about it, but that's alright. At least it'll make for a nice little finish here. If Maxwell's not able to get on a streak again, then Nas will have a chance to make a nice little comeback, which would, if nothing else, make for some good content at least. So, okay, yeah, I know this line, but I don't think it's that bad for me. I think I just go Queen A1. I don't really want to go Queen D3. Yeah, let's go here. Let's take, and then we can run this H pawn. Is he gonna do something silly like this, eh? I could play Queen B1, maybe. Yeah, I'll just let him have this bishop, I reckon. This is probably bad, though. This is probably so bad, but I really don't want to. If he gets his rook out, it's kind of game over. So, like, this is definitely, I'm not happy to see it, but I can go, like, bishop E2 and castles, at least. So, there is some chance there, I reckon. Yeah, let's go bishop B2. Uh-oh. Does he have some trap set here? Ah, that was so nice. Bro, Nas is so good, bro. Like, the fact that he was able to think about that. I mean, yeah, maybe that was kind of obvious in hindsight, but Nas just always finds these ideas. Okay, but at least we let him get his bishop in, and the price we paid, well, I guess we stopped his rook, and the price we paid was letting him have his bishop in. So we knew this was going to happen. I'm still wanting to run this h-pawn down the board, and if he takes my rook, then I'm just going to have like queen d1, queen h5 ideas. Like, maybe he will just play g6, but like, if I have unlimited time, I'll be okay there. So let's go a3. I don't think I want to take that. Even though it does open up my queen here, I think he could just go like b5 or something, and I would think he would just get a bunch of play there. So, okay. We have to ASAP, though, run this h-pawn down the board. Because eventually I think he's just going to take here. Okay, or do whatever this is. I don't even know what he's doing here. Let's go c3, I guess. I'm worried about like knight b4 takes, and then his a-pawn. And then he could just get his rook in. So let's go for this. Let's go for c3. Okay. What's his big idea? Oh, he wants to go knight d2. No, this is so good for him, bro. Okay, I have to do this. I have to do this in takes. I think it's the only chance I have. Oh, okay. Or he'll just find me. Nah, dude, he's so good, bro. Dude, I hate playing against Nas, bro. Also, I was berserk, so like, you know, he kind of had an advantage, but whatever. Okay, like low-key, I actually played pretty well. I considered c4, but obviously my idea was to stop knight b4, so I just kind of had the wrong idea in general. I needed to find this knight e4 move, which was honestly a really impressive find, because it makes sense. You're attacking these weak squares here, and I saw after g3, then he could just go here, but I also just didn't realize that knight g3 was going to be mate. So it is a tough move to spot, because as black, you're kind of like, ooh, I want to, like, you know, take his rook here if I get the chance to just stop what I've got going on there. So, all right. Let's see if he goes. Let's see if he goes for f6 this time. He's played e5 twice, and I guess he was able to win one of those games. But I'm happy with this. I think. I'll go over this again. I was pretty happy with the position that I got. So. Although I really can't remember what the right moves were. I guess he went here and bishop b4, so we're going into the same thing that we did last time. He went g5 and I played h4. But this was good for me. Like I said, after the last game, of course, it was like almost an hour ago or more probably, but I had said I'm happy to go into this again because I stop him from castling, which is nice. I've got the infiltrated knight, and he doesn't have really too much. He's got to create something here with these pawns. That's his only option. Ooh, I kind of like this idea. Although I guess he's just maybe got king g8 here. Or king f8, that works too. Let's go g4 this time. I'm okay with... Oh, he can't even take. I don't know what I'm thinking. This is actually pretty tricky. I guess king f1, because I just think after takes, I don't want to have him get this tempo here. This is actually low-key not that good for me, bro. Yeah. I have to go... I'll have to sack this rook, but at least I can cut off what he's got going on here. Okay, we do have knight b5. Yeah, so I'm just sacking my rook here. Does he go f2 or no? No way, what? What is the point of this? Am I missing something? Does he have some crazy combination to get his rook out? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think this works, mate. There's actually a few ways for me to stop this, but I think this is the simplest one. Then I will gladly go h5. Oh, wow. Did I? It's not great for me. Did he not see this idea? I thought it was quite strong, actually. It's a nice little idea. Yeah, I thought he had a nice little idea here. Okay, wow, he completely equalized. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, I thought he could go like rook f5 and stuff, but okay, I guess it didn't really matter. All right, we gotta string together some wins here. We're only 11 points back, so anything could happen. If we just don't run into Nas, knock on wood, I think we might be okay. But so far, that's been a whole lot easier said than done, man. We've played him. I guess we've only played him 4 times, but we've had so many chances too, bro. We've like had both the best positions I've ever had against Nas have been in this tournament, bro. The thing is, we played the other day, and we played a bunch of games of like 1-0, and I think he beat me like 12-4, but I felt pretty comfortable. Like, he kind of just outplays you eventually, like that's kind of what he does, but I really didn't feel like too bad about it. Like, I felt like I was in the games. I was just happy with how I played overall, to be honest. And then you come to this tournament, and it's like, does not matter how good of a position I have. He's just absolutely just mopping the floor with me, dude. So that is frustrating. But okay. I think we're good in this position. He's going to go for like something like d5, which is going to be a mistake because we're going to have bishop c5. Okay, that's a much better try, actually. This is actually quite scary. e5 and bishop takes. The only reason this works is I have bishop d6 with a tempo. Yep, I saw this. Maybe I didn't realize how good it was, because now I actually do not know what to do. Okay, yeah. I think I can just do d5, though. I'm barely holding on here. Look at this photo finish from these guys, though. Nas and Maxwell are only 10 points separated. Oh, and they're playing against each other. Wow, what a huge game. And it looks like Nas is going to win this, too. I don't think Maxwell comes back from this. So it's going to be, and did Maxwell berserk or no? I guess it doesn't make sense to. If you're him, you don't want to berserk against the number 2 guy. It looks like Nas is just going to end up playing the whole thing, which is awesome. I love that. He said that he wasn't going to, but I'm happy for him too. Meanwhile, I'm low-key losing this. I've got to go queen b8. Maybe he'll miss my idea. If he goes g3, I think I have to take this now. Otherwise, he was just going knight d5. Okay. This is very scary. I have to allow it, though. I have to allow it. And at least I have an extra rook, so it's not over yet. But yeah, I had to allow that idea. Okay. Uh-oh. Is he going to take? No, he won't. Let's go bishop d6 then. Uh-oh. Rook here. I should have played h5, bro. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Man, that's embarrassing. Well played to my opponent. He did well there. That is not what we wanted to see. Okay, it wasn't bishop takes f6 forced mate. I'm sorry, I just saw this. I've been locked into the games. What? If you can remind me which game it was, I'm happy to go to it. The Haka. But yeah, I'm sorry. I totally was not paying attention. Bishop takes f6. I don't know what game you're talking about. I'm sorry. I do apologize. I misclicked the beginning there. Yeah, that makes sense. I had a good position against him, and he still took me down. So I respect that. Okay. Well, this is going to be an uphill battle for us. We're 12 points down. We're not on a streak at all. We don't have a single win. So we'd have to string together a bunch of wins here. In respect to this guy here, he's been playing really well. And probably, he's actually on his other account. He's a little over 2,300, I believe. So, you know, he is a strong player. I think he's stronger than what his rating would suggest. So yeah, I'd be happy for him to win, but I would also like to get top 3 if at all possible. Okay. This is tough. Let's go knight c, or just c6 rather. Now we'll go d5. Oh boy, now he's got knight b5. I just completely missed this. Although I guess I've got knight takes a6, which barely works. Yeah, let's go here, and I'll definitely take. Okay, let's try this. Let's try to get some counterplay. I guess I could have gone for like bishop d6 and knight h6, like just kind of like spread out into 2 directions there. Interesting move. Okay, I didn't expect that at all. I thought at least he would take on g6. I'm not saying it's a bad move. It's just not what I expected at all. Yeah, I totally thought he would have played something different. Let's castle. I really don't want to take here. I just think he's got the initiative here, so I'm trying to create something instead. This is tempting. Let's go queen d7. We may have ideas of... He still can't really go knight b5. I think I will just take here. And I am threatening knight e4. Or knight g4. So, I'm not upset. I'm not upset with this position at all, honestly. And now e5 actually packs a punch because my queen's coming in too. But I don't know if you have time to play h3. Okay, he goes for this instead. But yeah, let's just go e5. Let's just go e5 and we'll let him take here if he wants. And that'll give us queen h3. But if he plays h3, like, don't I just have e takes d4 or no? I think I do. And now you have to be worried about this. Although he may be able to take here. But like queen a7 in that line. Okay, let's get on the open bow here. I guess I have to move this now. Up to knight b5, I just have to allow his knight to get in, I think. I probably misplayed this. Like, I think I had better at some point, to be honest. So I was not too upset with my position. But I will say, like, in an endgame, this pawn rolls. If I had time. Okay, that's low-key a good move. If I had time, I could have done something better, potentially, but yeah, I kind of had to zerk. I wanted to. Yeah, at this point, it's probably not going to happen here. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause because I think I'm out of the running here. This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing in this. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm out of the running here. And so I am just going to tune in to these top players here. And I'm just going to follow them along till we get to the end. And then after that, I think I'll also probably try and see... Man, 25 games was so few games. I did not realize how few games that was to get to. A lot of these people are going to get to it. I was going to say maybe trying to do that on stream so people know that I'm not messing with it, but... Oh, I appreciate it. 12 points in 25 minutes is possible. Yeah, it's possible to overcome this if I got on a hot streak, but I'm playing against a lot of good players right now, and I think it's probably just more exciting just to follow along and see how this goes. So I appreciate that, and I will try to look back at that line that you mentioned, Dahaka, or I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but I will try to look back at that game that you mentioned as well to see what you were talking about with bishop takes f6. He says follow random player. He tends to play creative lines. Yeah, I agree. He does tend to play creative lines, but I think I'm going to try to stay towards the top here. So, okay. We've got Nas that is 5 points behind, but he's on a streak. If Nas loses this, and you can almost see, I don't know if I guess he's not stalling yet, but I think Maxwell, I wonder if in their last game did he stall a little bit. I'm curious. I'm going to look at this and see. No, he really didn't. I respect that. Okay. Nas is just... Okay, so Queen of 6. Right, like obviously Nas would love to take here, but then he's got to look at knight takes c2. And in that position, it looks like the material would be... Actually, it would be in Maxwell's favor. And Nas wouldn't have anything there. So what does he want to do here? You've got bishop h6, but then there would just be queen h4. Yeah, that was honestly a tough position. He's still just going to go knight takes c2, though. I actually like Maxwell's position. I don't know what the follow-up is after this. I mean, if you take it, just transposes. Yeah, rook e1, but they're like... There's no f4, but you could also just queenside castle, I think. And it's just going to eventually transpose. I mean, yeah, it might be a draw. So after queenside castles takes, bishop d6, bishop takes c6. Actually, that opens this up. So maybe you don't go bishop d6. Maybe instead you go... You have to go like bishop e7, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. So he's got to take here. Okay, wow, he goes for this instead. I thought about this. Like, I really think e takes was fine too, though. But maybe he's calculated this out. Maybe he knows this is winning. You have to think about what to do after c5. Is there a win here for Nas? I don't see it. He's never going to be able to get this bishop in the action. Okay, interesting move. I'm not sure why he didn't go for c5. I would have thought that would have been a strong idea there. Yeah, bishop c5 instead of castling. Bishop c5. Okay, so bishop c5, obviously e takes d. Then you would have queen e5. I think it ends up being a win for white, because then after... It's a nice line, though, because after rook takes e5, you obviously can't castle queenside because of this bishop. So you would instead castle kingside, but then there's bishop c4 there. And I think... Although... Wow, actually, can white... You might be right. Bishop c5 may have worked there. Yeah, who is this, man? Who's this random, like, Atomic GM just in my chat, bro? That's actually a really nice line. You might be right. You don't have a Leech's account. Bro, how do you not have a Leech's account? You're actually low-key. Like, bishop c5 was a high-level move. At first I thought it didn't work, but I actually think you're right. And look at Nas here. He's going to win this endgame, which is just incredible. Maxwell's king is going to be too slow to get over. He may get over, but I think it'll be on the first rank, honestly. I don't see how Maxwell survives this one. But okay, I want to look back at this line. Bishop c5 is such an interesting idea. Bishop c5 essentially forces e takes. I guess there's also bishop takes, but that wouldn't work. So it essentially forces e takes. Then you have to play queen e5, which forces takes. There's no other move. And then you get to castle kingside. And after bishop c4, king h8. I don't know. Oh, that's so weird. That's so weird. Okay, let's look at this endgame though. So Maxwell was able to get over. But yeah, just like I said, I think f6 wins here. Yeah, f6 wins. If I'm Nas here, I'm just instantly playing f6. Not even thinking about it, because there's nothing after f6. You can't push this f pawn. And take, then it's h6, h7. And it doesn't matter here. You're just down a move. I think Maxwell is just trying to stall here, if nothing else, honestly. Yeah, and then you've got to play a3. Although, yeah, he barely wins this. Oh, I guess this wins too. But really, either line worked, because he could have taken there and then he would have promoted with check, I think. Yeah, I think he would have been fine either way. Okay, let me real quick, before he hops into a different game. You were mentioning, I believe it was this game. I can't remember now. Was it this game right here? I think so. He said bishop takes f6. What moment? Yeah, when did you want bishop takes f6? I don't know if I'm... Is that the move you suggested? Bishop takes f6, force mate. Or are you saying that I suggest? Maybe are you saying that I suggested bishop takes f6? I don't know. No, you might be right. You honestly might be right. Let's look at this line. Okay. So, bishop c5. So we said e takes d5, queen e5 here, and castles. Okay, and then the idea. So my suggestion was bishop c4, which actually just loses. Or it doesn't lose, but it might lose the advantage. The computer suggests this nice line of bishop d2 trying to come to c3. That's actually really, really beautiful. But okay, instead rook e1, and then rook e8. And then bishop c4, okay, and then you cut it off. Yeah, this makes sense. Okay, with the idea of bishop f8. So I guess your bishops just get really active and the material is equal, so. Okay. Let's go ahead and watch Nas. So where do we stand here? Where is it? Okay, so Nas is down by 1 point here. Oh my goodness, is he losing though? Let's take a quick recap. And he's doing this all while not berserking. He's really trying to not berserk at all. Wait, I think this line is just losing for... Yeah, this line is just losing for black. I know a similar line to this. But maybe his opponent misplayed it, because this actually seems okay for him. The deciding breakthrough. Yeah, this game will decide a whole bunch, because assuming Maxwell wins, which we can't assume that, but he does have the white pieces. It looks like it's in a good position. So Nas needs to really win this game here. Okay. This is coming down to the wire. This is actually really exciting. Oh my goodness, no way. He just hung it. Oh, there was nothing he could do anyway. Wow, I'm very curious. This is mate at this point, obviously, but King E2 is a tough spot. Yeah, wow. King E2 is a really tough move to spot. It was either King E2 or Bishop G8 and then King E2. So you had to find King E2, which I understand. I mean, it's definitely possible to find, but Yeah, I thought this line was just very bad for black, but apparently not. Okay, so well played to Nas. And where are we now? Nas is now in the lead, and just look at this dominance, man. I mean, he's just turned it up towards the end of his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Can you believe it? Nas has won 22 of his last 23 games. And not just that, the only one that he didn't win, he drew. I mean, just incredible. All right, back in again, and this time he's against a 1900, and I think he's almost already winning. D5 was a very necessary move here. Okay, poor Maxwell, man. Maxwell's got to speed it up. He will win this game. I'm pretty confident. He's only got 17 seconds. The nice thing for Max is that he's berserking. So if he can string together wins here, he can potentially do it faster than ever, which would be one way to win. But Max needs to just make sure he wins like every single game, because Nas has already won this one really fast. And Nas is actually getting more points right now, because since Nas is on a streak because of the last game, Nas is actually going to get more points per win right now. And so, wow, just dominance. 23 out of his last 24 games he's won. And how many in a row? I guess we can check by just going to his profile here. Just absolute dominance. Yeah, he's won 13 in a row, but he's won 23 of his last 24, I believe it is. So, just incredible. Now he's got a 7-point lead. So, I mean, legitimately, Maxwell's only hope is for Nas to just quit playing, basically, because as soon as he queues up into a game, he's going to win. He is going against the number 3 player here. The race for number 3 is pretty much over, so we can go ahead and assume that Time to Play Atomic will take home 3rd place. I don't think that Cashmore can catch him there. But okay, this is exciting. Yeah, 2598 performance rating. It is insane, man. Reincarnation of NGB. Who's NGB? I'm not sure what that means, actually. Never gonna berserk? What? He certainly is not berserking. Okay, did Nas blunder here? Did Nas actually blunder Queen A5? Let's see. Does he not know the prep for this line? This is a really tricky line. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Yes. So Nas is behind here. And he's going to lose this too. His opponent just doesn't want to take because he doesn't want to waste time with it. Although I think it honestly would have been okay on the last move to go bishop takes b5. But yeah, he knows that Nas doesn't really want to play b4 because there's no time to. If you play b4, you're saving a pawn, but White's going to win an endgame here. So you've got to create something. You've got to go f4, f3 here. It's the only way. I actually don't know why he took the time to go knight c7. If I were him, I probably would have just gone ahead with f5. But then maybe there's takes. So maybe it makes sense, actually. Knight f6. So he worked his knight all the way over. Now he'll go knight g4, knight f2. Okay. And then he will take here. So actually Nas might clutch this one up, believe it or not. That's... Wow, this is... Nas, how do you do it, man? Like, how do you do it, actually? Like, it's so incredible, man. Okay, I think it's going to be a draw, which will get him off his streak. And Maxwell won. Okay. Oh, but Maxwell's going against Random. And Random does Zerk. So Maxwell's got to win this. Okay, let's flip over to Maxwell's game here. Maxwell absolutely has to win this game in order to have a chance to stay alive. Okay, immediately my mind jumps to knight f6. He goes queen f6, which is a fine move. You've got to push your f-pawn now. It's your only choice. I'm guessing he wanted e takes, but I don't know if it works. I kind of liked the queen here because queen b6 was a really strong idea. I kind of am not too much of a fan of queen f6. I think knight f6 may have been the idea. And then after something like knight e6, maybe then you go queen b6. But okay, he did this instead. And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this for Max. Yes, he's up a pawn, but his opponent is going to be first to castle. Okay. White resigned. Oh, no. Oh, it wasn't a draw because he gets that pawn. Okay, wow. Yeah, wow. I miscalculated that, apparently. Yeah, and I think Max is going to lose this. I honestly think he'll either lose, or maybe he'll just clutch a draw here. Or maybe, just maybe... Yeah, this is lost, and wow, and that's the tournament right there. There's no coming back now. He's down 8 points, and he's not even on a streak. So his only hope is for Nas to keep losing, but that was not a draw. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. So crazy. Nas is he's won 24 of his last 25 games. This is just absolute dominance from Nas. And here he is playing against mainline Prep here, and he's just playing like he's gonna win. Like, this position doesn't even seem phased here. He knows exactly what to do. Shout out my boy Andy Woodward. We got him in the spectator as well. Never gonna berserk. Yeah, he really is. Let's check out what his performance rating is now. 25.99. Okay, so actually I'm more so curious. I think we know who's gonna win the tournament. I think we can say the guy with the 2600 performance rating is probably going to win. But if he wins this game, will he get to 2600 performance rating? Somebody just asked if I will stream the Shield on YouTube. I'm not sure. I'm actually going to go play some pickleball after this. I've got some plans to play pickleball. But maybe if it's like, I mean, if Nas is playing Shield, right? Like, is there any reason to stream it? Is there any drama? How do I make an exciting YouTube video for 6 hours if by hour 4 we know exactly who's gonna win? But I may come back after pickleball and stream it. We'll see. But I'm certainly not gonna play the whole thing. If I do play, I'll just play part of it. So yeah, but okay. So Nas here. What I'm curious to see here is not so much if he wins the tournament. I think for sure he's winning the tournament. Maxwell's only chance would have been to run into like some really low rated players over and over again, which he hasn't done. But what I want to see here from Nas, and dude, this guy is so dominant. Like, he's just playing these crazy moves, and I actually think he's gonna lose here. I actually think he will lose this, but if he wins, will that get him to 2600 performance rating is the big question. Yeah, I was going to say H takes G6, and I actually think this is lost for Nas. I don't see a way that he recovers. I mean, Rook F5 keeps him alive, but then after Queen H5, and it's just, yeah. So I think we'll see Queen H5, and then they'll trade off queens. And actually, I see a pretty line there. So Queen H5 takes, and there's going to be Rook H1 there. And then I'll have to go King F8. And yeah, this is just winning. He really doesn't even have to go for Rook H1. He could go for G6 instead if he wants to. But yeah, Queen H5 have to take. Then either G6 or Rook H1 probably is what I'll go for. Maybe queenside castles is another idea. I mean, anything wins, really. It doesn't really matter what you do. But yeah, I was expecting to see either G6 or Rook H1 here. I'm not sure about this. Maybe he's going for a sneaky draw after D takes. But yeah, F takes, and it's just game over now. Yeah. And it looks like Nas is all out of magic here. So well played to Cashmore, getting him off a 14-game win streak and winning 24 of his last 25 with one draw in there. But sadly for Max, I think it's just too little too late. Even if he wins this game, he needs to win at least 2 more. And doing so in 2 minutes is just not feasible in this time control. So I think it is safe to say that Never has won the tournament. He's hopping into another one here. But I think that this game is not even going to finish in the next minute and a half. So it looks like we've got a winner. Hey, and Maxwell was able to take one down against Rabiar. So mean, it's possible, but he said, "Come on, Max, make this interesting." Yeah, it's interesting, but that loss did nothing to his performance. Let's see. Yeah, it just dropped. I mean, when you've played 40 something games, one game is not gonna do too much to dictate it. But yeah, 2580 is still remarkable. I mean, I didn't even get to 2300. So yeah, that's just remarkable. But Max isn't able to get into a game. Poor Max. Yeah, he's in here. He's just got screwed by the pairings. I mean, realistically, it didn't matter, right? Like he was, yeah. But he said knight a6 instead of bishop a6. Yeah, I was actually wondering why he played bishop a6. I hadn't seen that move before. Knight a6 was a move that I have played a bunch. Instead of b6, which is really slow. I don't know if he just didn't know the prep or if he was going for something different, but the fact that he would say that in the chat, I mean, surely he would know. He would obviously know this is the most common line. I guess he was just trying to not get in the main line. I know there's something like knight b5 or even knight a4, which is crazy, threatening to come to like c5, but okay, but that'll do it. There's 4 seconds left, and poor Max was not able to get into another game, which means we have the champion for the first ever. Well, actually, in the title it says it's the first ever. It's the Genesis Arena. For the Atomic Theory Genesis Arena, your champion is, with a performance rating of 2580 and a win rate of 81%. It is the one, the only, Never of Zero. Congratulations, my man. You have just won yourself $20. And yeah, I'm so excited for you. Never has been killing it in the atomic scene for a while now, and this is a much deserved victory. It ended up being really close at the beginning here. After about game 20 or so, as you can see, Max was on a huge streak and he was berserking. The games were really, really fast, and Max was up by like, I want to say 30 or 40 points at the beginning, but carried by a 14 game win streak. Never was able to crawl his way back and edge it out by just 5 points. Then our other champions here, the other guys walking away with some guaranteed money. We've got Maxwell, who will win, I believe it's $10, right? Yep, $10 for second place. And Time to Play Atomic, he will take home $5. So that's your top 3 right there. And then what I'm going to do is, I was going to do this on stream, but it's actually going to take a little bit too long, I think. But I'm going to figure up everyone who's played 25 games. I'm going to put them all on the wheel. I'm going to spin it 5 times. And whoever it lands on will win $1 each. So that's how it's going to be done. But yeah, I really appreciate all the support, guys. I appreciate you guys all watching. Yeah, I appreciate the comments. Thank you to Haka for the nice comment there. Yeah, you guys are making this a lot of fun for me. I'm really enjoying it, and I hope to do more of these in the future. I'd love to do more cash prizes for sure. That'd be my dream. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this one. I appreciate you guys all watching. I hope you guys have a very late Merry Christmas. You probably celebrated yesterday, but I hope you guys have a good time with family if you're doing that. And